Hello all. I'm trying to learn the rules about masks and face coverings with the facial scanning technology that's going on now. We don't want to get into trouble if we can avoid it. But there, um, there is still consideration, from what I can read online, is general public settings. It's important to understand that public health guidelines can change. It's always best to check the most up-to-date information before attending any event. However, here's a general overview based on current trends and information. The general public setting. In Wales, like much of the UK, the legal requirement to wear face coverings in most public indoor settings has been lifted. However, it's still often recommended to consider wearing a face covering in crowded or enclosed spaces, especially if you're feeling unwell or are concerned about vulnerable individuals, which makes sense, right? You don't want to pass it on. I understand. So, how does that affect with the facial recognition system now? Is it okay if you're sick because they need to know who we are more for safety? What I'm still learning with you guys, so we'll work all this out together as we go along. But the introduction of facial recognition technology adds a layer of complexity to the discussions of face covering. Here's a breakdown of key considerations. Legal and ethical considerations. Privacy concerns. I'm reading. The use of facial recognition raises significant privacy concerns as it involves collection and processing of sensitive biometric data, which is, it does. There are ongoing debates about the legality and ethical implications of using this technology in public spaces. Well, of course, we can't opt out of it. We can't decide that we don't want to give our data, you know, um, which is important. We should be entitled to choice and the right to our privacy, but these new rules are confusing at best. Legal framework. The legal framework governing the use of facial recognition technology is still evolving. Regulations focus on ensuring that the use of this technology is lawful, fair, transparent, and that individuals' rights are protected. The Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, in the UK provides guidance on the legal requirements for the use of facial recognition technology. Obscuring faces. While individuals, this is the important one, while individuals have a right to privacy, there are situations where law enforcement can require the removal of face coverings. For example, if a Section 60AA order is in place, failure to comply with a request to remove a face covering can be a criminal offence. However, in general daily situations, people are not obligated to remove face coverings simply because facial recognition systems are in place. Facial recognition technology effectiveness. It's also important to note that facial recognition technology, Jesus, can still be effective even when someone is wearing a face mask. It's advanced, really advanced. Um, Practical considerations. Security and identification. Facial recognition technology is often used for security purposes, such as identifying individuals who may pose a threat. In certain situations, such as airports or large events, security personnel may request that individuals remove face coverings for identification purposes. This is ongoing debate about how to balance the need for security with the right to privacy. The use of facial recognition technologies raises questions about the appropriate limits of surveillance in public spaces. Nothing about the health concerns. Nothing. But we spent years worrying about health concerns and masks and not catching viruses and people losing their jobs if they didn't wear masks. And now it's even more confusing about masks. You think in public spaces, especially during flu season, winter season, you would want to cover your face, wear a mask, especially with what's happened over the last few years. If we have not learned anything, it is to protect ourselves. But we're not going to be allowed to. That's what they're saying. I'm still learning. So, if any of you guys get any better information than I can find, let me know. Let me know. Again, I'm still learning. What I'm learning so far